Hey y'all, it's Christine, your backyard butterfly girl. So this afternoon I'm taking advantage of this beautiful spring day here in the beginning of May here in North Texas. It's beautiful. It's about 75-80 degrees, a beautiful breeze, because you know in a few short weeks it's going to be swim weather. It's going to be 80s, high 80s, 90s. So we're taking advantage, all of us are taking advantage of this beautiful blue sky day, and we're working in our gardens. And I need to do some cleanup here in my father-in-law's front landscape bed. His bed is about, I don't know, about 16 feet long and like 7 feet deep. So in the fall I planted in some tulips and some violets, so I need to take those out, pull out any weeds, clean up his bed, and then we're going to add in some of these cute little Vincas. We used these last year in his front landscape bed. His landscape bed faces north. It's definitely full sun as it faces north, and goes east to west, so we're definitely going to get a lot of sun in the summertime. But these did really well in his front landscape bed. We put them about a foot apart. When you read your tag, it's definitely going to say how to grow. It's going to say, plant in full sun, which is 6 to 8 hours of direct sun during the day. And then it says plant them 12 to 18 inches apart, and then they're going to grow about 14 to 16 inches tall. These created a very nice border in his front landscape bed last year. So these are a wonderful option. They're low key, low maintenance. They're heat tolerant and drought tolerant, and they're beautiful and they're vibrant. They're very tropical. These are zone 9 to 11. That's when something would stay and overwinter the next year, and you might find some of these in that area. But we are in zone 8A, 8B, so these won't overwinter for us, but they will provide that nice, beautiful tropical flair. The place that I bought these at, these will grow 14 to 18 inches. They do at another local nursery. They have some trailing Vincas, so they're not going to grow as tall. They'll probably grow like 8 inches max, but they're going to trail like 3 feet wide. So I bought some of those for my garden at home to test out and see how those go for the summertime. But some other options you could choose that I would recommend would be like a Zinnia or a Penta. Those are wonderful, also heat tolerant, drought tolerant flowers that bloom beautiful colors. You can do whites, pinks, reds, oranges, and your zinnias. So depending on what kind of look you want to go for, and to maximize the oomph and the power, make sure you get enough flowers so you can plant them close to each other, right? The max or the minimum amount of space between each one, so you really fill up that border and you don't have any blank spaces in between your new garden bed as they grow and fill out your flower bed. So those would be the other two options that, as you look to go for what annuals to add to your front flower beds or any garden beds that you have in your house, would be your Vinca, your Penta, and your Zinnia for zone 8A in North Texas, where it's going to get hot and sunny. Those are the recommendations that I would share with you guys. So I'm going to get going. I'm also going to add in, I didn't do this last year, but I'm going to do it this year. When I pull out all the stuff that I need to clean up his flower beds, I'm going to add in some of this biotone starter too, to give a healthy start to our Vincas, so they build good roots in the soil. His soil is already very healthy, but we're going to just add in some more nutrients to improve his health of his soil. And then also, while I'm here too, we added in a new red oak to his front yard, so I'm gonna fertilize that as well. And I'm going to use the Epsoma tree tone brand product to fertilize his yard. That, since the diameter of his tree trunk is it's under 3 inches, I just moved the mulch. I'm just going to move the mulch and then add in the recommendation. I'm actually going to do half the recommendation just to see how it does with the grass, and then come back in maybe a month or 3 weeks and have him add the rest. And then make sure you water that in as well after you add in the fertilizer. Move the mulch, add the fertilizer in, dig it in a little bit gently into the soil, and then put the mulch back over it as well. So those are the things I'm going to get done here, and I expect to be here for maybe an hour and maybe an hour and a half as I clean up his front yard. I'm finished, and this took me about 1 hour, maybe 1 hour and 20 minutes if you include fertilizing the front tree here, between pulling out the weeds, pulling out the old flowers, the tulips, killing some ants that I happened upon inside the garden bed. Yeah, but it took me just about an hour and a half. It's a great time to be out in the sun. Great excuse to be out here adding in some more flowers. So I hope this video helped you. I hope you learned, and maybe we'll one day experiment with adding Vinca to your garden beds. But like I said, you can add Zinnias or some Pentas too. Those are great options for your front garden bed in North Texas. They'll be great drought-tolerant flowers, and heat-tolerant as well once we get it up into those 100s. And these Vincas will be great for that tropical look as well in this tremendous heat that we're about to get. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye guys.